your dance, AB. Do your dance. Turn that shit on.
Put that shit on.
Hey.
Oh man.
I was like, I gotta find that for one.
Yeah, I love it.
What's up, everybody? This is EgoDrip, the wrestling podcast. I'm Hambo.
Oh, I'm confident 703.
Yeah.
I'm Nick.
This is half-ass Nick over here.
Oof.
Half-ass Nick, aka stipulation slut.
Multitask Nick Bohr.
I can't wait till y'all get a hobby that comes on the same time as the podcast. That way, you guys, I can ball bust you guys.
Hey, bro. Look, hey. I supported it.
Wrestling is my life, bro.
Wrestling saved my life, man.
Oh man!
Oh, God damn it!
Oh Jesus Christ!
I had someone tell me something like that, like similar to like music saved my life, man. You don't even know, and like they tried to like throw that in my face, like it was some type of like I don't know, and I was like, bro, I don't even fuck what you're saying, bro.
Wrestling saved my life,
I
man.
fuck with music. I fuck with wrestling. But like, what are you talking about? Like, it saved my life. Like, you don't even get it. It's not even that deep for you. Like, fuck out of my face, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Take it easy, dog.
How you fellas doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm doing
good, man. Commanders
winding down before we get started with the dreaded work week.
Facts, dude. Mm-hmm. Commanders are up. That's what I'm doing right now. If you guys see me looking this way, there's a TV right here. I'm watching the Commanders Denver Broncos game, and they're just about to wrap up. So
talk about it.
Hopefully, we just win, and then I can just move on.
Talk about it.
But I'm here.
Me and Con, we don't watch football, so we're 100% in for you on the show. Nick's about 50-50 right now.
Hey, look, 250% is a lot, bro. 100, 150%. I'm good, bro. Like I think the fans are fine.
I do come from a very football-centric family, though. However, I'm the only one in my family who does not watch football. I'm the only one.
Oh, good.
All right, you fellas want to jump into some headlines and talk?
Yeah,
I guess
let's do
that's what we're gonna do here,
right? Big shit popping, little shit stopping.
Yeah, bro. This is a cool picture. I actually fuck to seeing.
I mean, besides Vince looking like a fucking comic book villain.
It looks like he's wanting to say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, he do look mad dastardly.
And his little friend is Austin Theory. Like, but this is shit takes forever. I thought it was done when they talked about it, and like I always forget like things like this take time. Like, and not to jump back to football, but like this just happened with my team. We got a whole new owner, and I thought like when they announced that he was the new owner, that was it. But then like you got to go through all these like clearances, and like the league has to like approve of it and stuff like that. And I'm sure something similar had to happen here. So the fact that we're like just now getting the news and just now getting the TKO stuff at the New York Stock Exchange, like I'm like, this happened like back in like, wasn't that June or May? Like, so it takes business takes forever, dude.
So let me ask you two a question about this. For a regular schmuck like me who don't know shit about shit when it comes to stuff like this, what does this mean exactly? And what are some apparent changes that y'all expect to see with this merger now taking effect? Because I guess Vince McMahon is no longer like the sole. He's no longer the sole owner of WWE.
No. I saw that he has a 16% stake in WWE now, whereas Endeavor has a 51% stake in.
51%.
So
break it down.
I don't know what this means as far as a merger goes, because merger always sounds something like Warner Brothers Discovery merged and they just put all their content together and created Max, and then now all their stuff's on the streaming service, right? Like that can't happen here. Like UFC and WWE are not just two pieces of content you can just throw together and have fucking Colby Covington and fucking Seth Rollins just hanging out. It doesn't work that way. So I'm not really sure what UFC and WWE are going to do together. However, I do think this means a lot for how we're probably going to see UFC and WWE thus far. I think we'll see them on the same exact platform. UFC is on ESPN right now, which is really fucking cool. I love UFC on ESPN like that. WWE's kind of spread out across the USA with Peacock, with Fox. I would almost predict that they're going to clean that shit up. I don't think they want that all over the place. I don't know when these deals end. I don't know when all this stuff happens. But if you're asking me, I think they're going to figure out to put them all into one thing. Either it's going to be all on Peacock or all on ESPN Plus or whatever it may be, because I just don't know how they're going to merge these two things together, like business wise. I don't get that. But it remains to be seen. I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
I don't really see them being merged. Like they're going to be one product. You know what's funny about it is I can't remember what the name of the guy is, but some executive, high up executive of Endeavor, said that his goal with this was to make every UFC fan a WWE fan and every WWE fan a UFC fan.
That's
and even Dana White at a press conference called him out and said, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." He was like, "There's going to be some crossover, but we're just two very different products, and we're not going to make every fan of each, a fan of the other." And I agree with him. I mean, they're not the same things. No. Are they based in combat and fighting? Yes, but
absolutely,
they are two very different things.
That's and I don't where it ends right there. It's just it's combative.
Yeah, physical combat. That's it.
Yeah,
and I'm a fan honestly, of both. But I'm not a fan of WWE for the same reasons I'm a fan of UFC at all. Like completely different reasons of why I'm watching those two things. So,
right. And honestly, I think if you did try to merge these in some way where you were putting, wrestling elements into, UFC has definitely taken some wrestling elements, whether they want to admit it or not. But I think if you really started to really try to work these things together, I think fans would probably be upset on both sides because like I said, I don't believe that you're going to have a ton of people who are fans of both. And I don't mind watching a UFC fight, but that's not why I'm watching wrestling. And I don't want to see them cross. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
So I don't really think we see much change unless WWE is not bringing in money, which at this point, there's no way that WWE just doesn't bring in money for the rest of time.
Yeah. I think what's gonna happen, we'll see maybe a little bit of a shift, the same way we saw where Vince wasn't in charge, and then we saw Triple H, and then we saw things how that went. Maybe we see some sort of Endeavor kind of poking what they want into this. I wanted to show you guys this picture because of how funny it is. I don't.
Yeah.
Dana White and Vince.
But I'm not really sure if we see much of a change. It might even be less drastic than when we saw Triple H taking over instead of Vince. I really think that'll be the difference. I don't know if UFC is going to change at all. I know this is a wrestling podcast, but as a UFC guy, I don't see UFC changing at all because they just made Dana White, instead of the president, he's also the CEO now. So that's where it's I don't know, I don't think UFC is going to change at all, but WWE might have little slight changes and little differentiates, and maybe it goes into some other type of market that they couldn't reach by themselves, which I don't believe for a second, but I don't know. But it's all speculation right now. I think we're going to have to come back to this in 6 months or something like that and be okay, what changed since this happened? Because that's where the big thing is right now we're not going to know anything.
Very fresh.
Because it's just so it's just such a weird merger to me. Like if it was WWE and AEW, we know how that's gonna work. They're just gonna fucking come together, but it's not the same. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think merger is just a bad word. They're not merging. It's two companies being bought by one company, but they're going to still be two separate companies and ran as such. I think merger is just a bad word that everybody is using, including them. They keep saying merger, but I don't think merger is a good word for it.
And honestly, I wouldn't even call them companies anymore. I would call TKO or Endeavor the company, and I would call UFC a brand and WWE a brand now. You know what I mean? I think that's the better wording for what is happening here.
Sure. Yeah. And I think the most like change that we're going to see is what we've seen so far. We're going to see a lot of people get laid off on the office and personnel side because you've probably got people doing the same jobs in both companies. So you're going to see a lot of people get laid off or, get outs and get paid for it. Like that one VP from WWE got paid $5 million to leave. Must be nice. Go home and sit around. $5 million. You know what's wild about this whole thing to me though? 20 years ago, Shane McMahon told Vince McMahon he should buy the UFC.
I saw Dana White tell that story
because he said he didn't think it was a good investment.
Mm-hmm.
Vince said
now here we are.
I saw a video recently of Dana White telling the story of I think Shane McMahon at one point wanted to buy UFC. I saw this a couple of days ago.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Vince said it wasn't a good investment.
That's so funny, especially with like the how like power and control hungry Vince McMahon is. Just imagine now, 20 years later, had he bought it, how I mean, he's already ridiculously, grossly rich and powerful. Just imagine if he had bought it, where we are now.
And imagine if he had also still had the XFL.
How would that
have fucking worked?
Yeah, he did that for a while.
Imagine if he still had the WBF. No, nobody. All right.
Nah, I'm not familiar.
Remember? Well, you and Nick, but Con, maybe you. The very early '90s, Vince tried to do the bodybuilding company, World Bodybuilding Federation.
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Hip.
No. All right, I'll have to find that.
Yeah, put me on. Oh, yeah.
We talked about this. Yo, you know what? This is wild to me, though, that they did this. Hey, work from home tomorrow. And, oh, by the way, you might be getting a phone call.
That's a wild way to tell people.
Work from home.
Be afraid for a day.
Get up, sign in at 8 a.m., and you might get fired.
How do I give my whole company anxiety for one whole day?
Yeah, right.
How do I do this? Like if you don't hear from us, then you're good. We'll see you Monday. Type shit. Like
you can just see them like sitting at a computer every 5 seconds, just looking at their phone.
Yeah,
waiting for that 203 area code to come through.
That sucks, man. That sucks. It's gonna be like last time too.
Yep. Did you guys ever see a list of like any like wrestlers that got let go or anything? I only saw Elias, but I don't think they did with this.
Yeah, that Elias shit is confusing too. They did mention that they thought that there were going to be releases for talent, but that those have been planned for a while. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen. I mean, especially with NXT talent that they don't have on TV already because they've got 200 friggin' people under contract that are at the Performance Center that aren't even on TV yet. So I can imagine people will get let go. I mean, there are people on the main roster that should be let go. I don't know what the thing is with Elias. They said that he's not under a professional contract anymore, but that he is still with WWE.
To me, that kind of sounded like a similar situation to like Tyler Breeze, where I think like because he told something similar where he said that like he technically wasn't with WWE, but it was something similar to what you just explained about Elias, which is why like even though he wasn't with WWE, he'd still do shit like show up on what's that show he does with Woods?
Up,
down, down. It could be something like that. That's what it sounded like to me when I saw it.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Like with his, with his music background, maybe he's doing. Maybe he's working with them, just not as a talent anymore. Yeah, as an on-screen talent anymore.
Yeah, it could be some type of producer or consultant role now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know like how involved he was before. In his maybe his storylines or whatever you want to call it. So he may have just moved from being in the ring to just being backstage and with a headset.
Right. Yeah. It's just weird though, because usually when that happens, like they make that known, like, the producer now, but the way it was stated was just odd. Right. It's not under a professional contract anymore. Okay. Well, what does that mean?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know, but I think the
Right.
biggest person that came out of these firings was Dana Warrior. That's the name I kept throwing around. I don't know who that is, but
Well, it's the Ultimate Warrior's wife,
okay.
Oh, okay.
and I'm okay with her being gone because she is fucking insufferable.
Okay.
She is. I cannot stand any time when she's on TV and talking at the Hall of Fame. She is annoying as fuck, and she
Okay.
really does that WWE gaslighting shit where she acts like her husband wasn't a complete piece of shit.
Oh.
Saying.
Okay.
Just
See,
saying.
hold on, real quick. Hold on. So I'm gonna keep it a whole stack with you, right?
Sure.
I don't know anything about the Ultimate Warrior other than like documentaries and stuff like that. I think when I started watching, he was just like, like well done with WWE. So I don't know anything about him. So you got to educate me when it comes to him because I'm in the dark.
So, I mean, he is a piece of shit just when it comes to wrestling in general, the things that he's done where he's held Vince up for money and things like that. And that's, whatever. That's the wrestling business. People have done that. But for me, it was really after he had basically left WWE, he became a public speaker. And, I mean, anybody can look this up. You can Google it and find it. There's a very popular, or not a very popular, but a very well-known video of him out there at a college doing a motivational speech where he goes into a whole rant about being gay, being wrong, and calling people queers. And yeah, he's
nice.
a piece of shit. Yeah,
Okay.
And this is before going into the WWE Hall of Fame and all of that. So it's been around for a while. He's gone on some pretty right-wing-ish hateful rants.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Are we
good
in
for
the
them, I guess.
What's that?
Oh, we were talking about Dana Warrior and the release. Okay. All right, cool.
How'd we get there?
Big excited.
Mm.
Big excited. God, she looks good. Big excited.
Jade Cargill believed to be finished up with AEW. We know now today that their contract is expired. I put this
Which
in there
this is
before we do that
interesting.
today.
Very interesting after the interview she just did praising Tony and AEW and all that.
Very interesting, yeah. I mean, I think Bryan Danielson did the same kind of thing after he left too. He said he had no bad blood when he left and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not weird. It's weirder, but it's not. It's like it's weirder when we think you're here and then you just leave. I guess.
Yeah.
Is the weird part of it, but
Yeah.
I don't know how this goes. Honestly, I think both women's divisions are kind of wild right now. So throwing another essentially big time name into the ring of WWE right now, and even back into AEW for me was just like, what's she gonna do? Because like when she first came back, she immediately went to Chris Statlander, and I was like, why are you doing this? Like you held that bitch forever. Like why do you even want that title again? Like I immediately was like, you need to go after Saraya. Like don't anybody else is just like beneath you right now. Like you were the biggest thing and you went away. Like so I was like, okay. And then now it's like now she's going to WWE whenever that happens. And the thing that I think we talked about in our group chat con was a lot of people wanted to see her go with Bianca and like kind of team up with her, which would be cool. I would like to see them both as heels because I've never seen Bianca as a heel personally. And I think Jade is a good heel. I don't know about Jade as a face. So I know Bianca's a good face. So I don't know. I would prefer to see them both go heel in the tag division. But there's also is really no tag division. So it's like I don't know. I don't know where she fits. I'm excited to see her, but I don't know where she fits.
I think that this is me. I think that with Jade Cargill, I think that she could. I think she does. I think she could do very well as a singles competitor and very well as a tag team competitor. I think that because I never even I didn't see that combo about her and Bianca. I might not have been like too tapped into that combo, but the idea of her and Bianca like paired up, I agree. I wouldn't want to see them paired up as baby faces. I would want to see them paired up as heels, and I would. You know, this is just hypothetically speaking. We're in like fantasy booking territory at this point. I would like to see Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair if we're fantasy booking this shit as a heel tag team. And I would like that to be the catalyst of their actually becoming like a pretty like feasible and pretty versatile women's tag team division. If you're gonna do something like that, because that's a big deal to put Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill together if they decide to go down that road. That's a big deal. So treat it as such. Okay. She shows up. She could have went after the women's championship on either show. She chose to go the tag team route. So let's make the women's tag team division just as important as the women, as the woman who just showed up in this company. That's how that's how I think they should do it. But if you decide to do the singles run thing, I think that she definitely brings a little fresh energy to the SmackDown and Raw women's division, because I feel like they're both, I'm not gonna say stale, but I feel like they're kind of dull right now.
I say stagnant would be the better word.
There you go. I think stagnant's a better word. I think it's pretty stagnant. I think Jade Cargill is the perfect person to shake it up on either show. Because there's just so many people you could just see her wrestling with: Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Bailey. Trying to think. I'm forgetting a bunch of other people.
Her and Charlotte are good.
Her and Charlotte, I immediately think of her and Charlotte or her and Bianca.
Yeah,
but that's what makes me excited about this. Is it like official? Is this just like still rumors that she's gone?
I've seen nothing official other than I did see today that they said, she's headed to the performance center this week. That's all I saw. I saw nothing official, no announcements from either side that she's gone or signed. So,
questions for you guys about this. There's no chance she goes to NXT, right?
So let me give my thoughts on this. First off, I have two feelings on it.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody who is, you guys know I love all wrestling, but as somebody who is an AEW fan who kind of prefers AEW right now and really wants to see AEW succeed, I am a little disappointed that she is leaving. Especially because I consider her AEW's first real homegrown talent. You hear a lot of homegrown getting thrown around with AEW, but she is literally the one and only.
AEW was her start.
Yeah, from the start to what she is. So it does kind of suck to see her leave. I would have liked for her to have stayed there, and be that example.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, I think that she is tailor-made for WWE. Yeah. And I also think that she does go to NXT because I think that she needs to. I like her a lot, and I think that she has greatly improved over the last year. But also saying that, she still has a lot of room to grow.
There's still room for improvement.
Yeah, and I think that the Performance Center and NXT is a much better place for her to do that than just, wrestling once a week on AEW.
Absolutely.
So I would like to see her go to NXT because I think she has so much potential and could get so much better, even if it's just for a year down there, But I had not seen anything about her and Bianca teaming up. I love that idea personally. I hadn't thought about that at all, but I love the idea of these two being a tag team and just fucking dominating the women's tag division. Give them the belts and let them fucking hold them for a year,
And force all the women in the company to force all the women tag teams to just step their shit up and just make the division important. That's best case scenario.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because I like your idea, Con, about it, because if these two can legit be a tag team and they can put a fire into the tag team division and really get one started again, because there really isn't one right now. Literally, the tag team champion right now is still one person, is it not?
Isn't it Chelsea Green,
tag team partner?
Oh, that's official.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, who is it?
Piper Niven.
Okay. So yeah, it's it's in a disarray. And if we were able to get it, kind of jump started again, I really think, especially those two, Bianca, Bianca with anybody would get it started, but Bianca and Jade could really, get that really going. I like that idea a lot because something needs to happen in that tag division to get it going because that thing is just almost non-existent.
Yeah.
But again, I also do think she's tailor-made for WWE because Jade she just gives off that star quality, that like superstar quality from the way she looks to the way that she conducts herself. Like I feel like she's tailor-made for WWE.
I said the same thing.
Yeah. Is she a product of Cody Rhodes training?
I thought Bryan Danielson trained her.
I think she was with Cody when it started, and then when Cody left and Danielson took over, she started training even harder with Bryan Danielson. I feel like that really showed in her ring work too. I feel like we saw a big improvement with her in ring work since she started working with Dragon. So
yeah, because I remember her first match ever that I remember was her, Shaq, Brandy, and Cody.
Yeah.
So like that. So I mean, I feel like I don't know if that's a factor in her mind, but I think it is to go and be with Cody again, the guy that probably trained you.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that was a thing that when I saw these things, I was like, she was with Cody and Brandy. Yeah. She might really like Brandy. I don't know. Like they might be good friends. I have no idea.
So, they might be boys.
Right.
I think the one thing that I am afraid of is I just hope WWE does not change her much. I don't think she needs to be changed. She is, don't change her name. Don't make her Emerald.
Nah.
Oh,
bullshit. Jesus. Yeah, bro.
Let her be Jade Cargill.
Let her be Jade Cargill.
She's already got, the look. She's already got cool gear. And like, she does not need to be changed much. Just bring her in and train her some more. That's all she needs. Some more seasoning. On the wrestling,
really bad habit of that.
She's got everything else as far as I'm concerned. Because I like Jade's promos too. I think she cuts good promos.
Jade Cargill, man.
So
when she wants to fucking put a fit on, oh boy, bro,
she puts that shit on. She puts that shit on.
Shit she fucking did, bro. That shit.
Oh yeah,
that's still one of my top from last year.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy. But yeah, she can go. So I'm with y'all. I really hope they don't change her. They have a bad habit.
I don't want them to do that.
So yeah, cool.
Speaking of,
I didn't see this.
Well, this is from a little bit ago.
Okay.
But still, obviously, I think we're seeing it because she hasn't been on TV.
True.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, let's be honest. She deserves it. She's carried that division for over a year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And not only that, I think we kind of touched on it before. Like, she was getting a little bit
stale.
So do you guys both want to see her come back as a heel? Because like for me, like I don't think that she's bad as a face. Like I still enjoy Bianca. She's probably one of my favorite women's wrestlers right now. And I'm fine with her being a face. I like how, she's kind of like their role model for little girls, especially little girls of color. So I don't really want to see her turned heel, but I see why people want it.
I just want to see a bit of a change for her. I think I'm not gonna say I'm gonna use that stagnant word again. I think I'm gonna say she's stagnant right now because I mean this is kind of the version that we've pretty much gotten from her since she's shown up in the main roster. And I've seen her as a heel. I enjoy her as a heel. I'm cool with her staying babyface, but I also would like to see a heel turn. I would just like to see a bit of a change in her attitude. Right. I guess I'd like to see it maybe I'm not gonna say serious because when it's time to get serious, get serious. Yeah. I would like to see her just like pop her shit a little bit more.
More aggressive.
A little more aggressive. Talk a little more shit, a little more arrogance. I do like the role model stuff she does. I do like that a lot. But I just want to see, I would like to see, because as a fan of Bianca Belair, I would like to see just some type of change in her character. Nothing drastic, but just something different.
Yeah, I'm with you. That the role model thing is very valid. So like, I don't that would be kind of a sacrifice if they did that. But I'm okay with her coming back as a face. I just need to know what she's doing and if it's different than what she's, because she's just gonna mess around with Asuka and Bailey again or whatever. Like
I don't want to see her wrestle Asuka no more.
Yeah, like I've seen her wrestle Asuka and Bailey and them 1,000 times. Like I'm good off of that little story of nothingness. So I would like her to come back and do something different, whether that's be a face and go against somebody else, whether that's be a heel and charge after somebody, whatever it is. It just needs to be a little different than what it has been. So I kind of hope they're taking this time to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because
let me throw something at y'all.
Do it.
Jade comes over. Her and Jade become a tag team, and they put them with Bobby and the Street Profits.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
I'm definitely on board with that.
I like that.
I really need them to like name that group too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
whatever
they need
that
a
group
name.
is. Yeah, I need something from that. I want to know what to call these guys.
Yeah.
And it does not have to be the Hurt Business. It does not have to be that.
It also should not be the Hurt Profits, which I keep hearing in that. Because
I don't want to hear that, bro. Come on, y'all got to be more creative than that.
Yeah, let's do
I don't want to hear
something
that.
better. Yeah, let's come up with something different. It's a whole bunch of different people. It just happens to be Bobby Lashley. Let's do something.
Let's just stay away from the Her Business shit altogether, bro. This is something completely different.
Right.
What did MVP say? If a bunch of black guys are not together, it doesn't have to be the Hurt Business. Like it doesn't have to be that, right? Yeah. MVP said that shit, bro. Like
that's funny.
I was like, yeah, dog. Like I'll just be putting them all together and be like, that's a team. Like no, like it doesn't have to be that.
You see that so much in wrestling, though. I mean, you don't see and not even just the Hurt Business, just in general. Like you don't see a lot of groups that have multiracial members. Why? I don't fucking know, but
I feel like not really, but BCC's a little diverse, I'd say.
Bullet Club's probably the most diverse group.
Yeah.
They're all white.
Currently?
Yeah.
Oh,
are you talking about AEW version?
Oh no, I'm just talking about the New Japan
right.
No.
Oh, okay. Just in general. Okay. I thought you meant Bullet Club Gold.
No, New Japan.
I wants that kick right here. No, I can't really think of like a really diverse group of.
That's why I really want to see my version of the Mogo affiliates happen. Be Swerve, Hobbs, Hook, and Ortiz.
Yeah.
Put those four guys together.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And Nana. Because Nana just should be with
Nana,
Swerve.
I like Nana, bro.
Just the dance.
Nana, bro. He's become a very like very key part of that whole presentation.
Yeah,
but he goes crazy.
The embassy people can go away, but Nana and Swerve need to stick together.
He be going crazy.
That's for damn sure. Also, this is not really on topic, but Keith Lee needs some type of manager. I'm sick of him cutting promos. It's not good. The one in Collision was not good. Every time I watch a new one in AEW, it's not good.
I do like when he speaks, and actually, I just watched that Collision thing. I didn't think it was bad. I think he's a very well spoken person.
Yep.
But I'm kind of with Nick. I don't want to really hear him talk too much. Although, again, he's very well spoken. I would like to see Keith Lee with a manager. Yeah,
I have a perfect idea for his manager too. Adam Cole.
Budge?
I'm kidding. Budge. No, definitely not Adam Cole. I don't know who it would be, but maybe Mark Sterling or something.
Mark Sterling? Yo.
Yeah.
I like Mark Sterling as a manager. They just always use him like as a comedic manager, but like
they put him with losers.
That's true.
They put him with losers.
Yeah. Other than Jade, like he's got a bunch of losers underneath him, like
fucking Tony Nese and what's his fuck?
Yeah, Ari Daivari and
Josh something.
Josh Woods.
Boy, yeah. And then Jade.
Yeah.
But like
I would not mind Keith Lee having a manager, but I also, like you said, he does have a very different way of speaking than a lot of people in wrestling. And I think that is interesting. I think what Keith Lee,
he does.
I think what Keith Lee needs. I don't think he needs a manager. I think he needs a direction. He's got no direction.
Absolutely.
He's just
Yeah.
there.
Absolutely.
What is he? Who is he feuding with? What is he? He's just there. He needs a storyline. He needs to be in something. He needs to find whatever his character is, and then I think he's fine.
Yeah.
I think the way that he talks actually is, since it is different, I think that it would make him stand out if he just had something of substance to talk about, which he just doesn't.
No. Is he even in a feud with anybody? Like, who is he talking to on Collision? I don't even remember.
Well, that's why I like that.
Shane Taylor,
which they have a lot of history together. They came into Ring of Honor as a tag team, and they were a tag team for years on the independents called Pretty Boy Killers.
Yep.
Okay.
So, what are you eating, Nick?
Ramen.
Ramen, okay. Like what kind of ramen? Like just ramen packet, or like do you fancy it up?
No, this one's not fancied up at all. This one's just straight up just packet ramen because my girl she went out with her friends and she was out all day, so I was just out of the house. So she just made me some quick ramen real quick, just to make me some food. So
what about you, Con? When you make, do you eat ramen, Con?
Yeah, I eat ramen like ramen.
Okay,
ramen
so now let me ask you: when you make it, do you have your own weird way of making it? Because I feel like everybody does.
I do for sure. But go ahead, Con. Do it.
I have my own little ritual. And I haven't made like the packet ramen in a minute, but I'll do like obviously I'll like get the hot water and shit. But then I'll do like I'll put butter in there. I'll drain the water out, but not too much of the water. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I'll put some butter in there. I'll put some hot sauce in there. This is hot sauce called iguana hot sauce. You should get that. I'll put that in there. Put the seasoning in there. One more. And when I put the butter in there, it's not too much, not a crazy amount. But after the season, I'll put one more little thing of butter in there. Might throw a little cheese in there. Stir it up. And there you go, man.
Okay.
Salt.
Nick,
not salt, but pepper.
So before we met you, Aunt Hambone, a long time ago, we had a friend named Aunt Bone, and he taught me how to make ramen. So
shouts out to Aunt Bone.
Shout out to Aunt Bone, bro. I take 2 packets of ramen, right? And I crush them, right?
Okay.
Crush them down, and I put them in a bowl, and I fill the water up just a little bit, just so that it's like kind of floating.
Okay.
I stick it in the microwave for 3 minutes.
Okay.
Right? Then I would take it out. I put the one chicken packet in, stir. Another chicken packet in, stir. And then I either do buffalo sauce or sriracha or Old Bay.
Okay.
It just depends on how I feel that day, whether or not what I do. But most of the time, it's buffalo sauce.
Okay. Somebody buy a fan.
Fucking good.
What's that?
Somebody buy a fan. I'm hearing a little bit of feedback.
Yeah, it's probably me. I got a fan. Is it bad? Do I need to turn it off?
No, you're good. You're good. Give me 1 second though. I'm gonna grab me a Celsius. I'll be right back.
Okay. Now let's wait for Con because I got two recipes to show at you. Throw at you. We're having a nice little side quest here.
Hell yeah. My game is almost done. They just need to sack this quarterback, bro. Yeah.
You hear that, fan? I know that this is real exciting content for the watchers right now.
So the Commanders are up 35-27. There's 42 seconds left to go in the game. Denver just dropped a pass, so that's really good for us.
Sweet.
3rd and 3. So they got 2 more chances to score, and if they don't, then it's gone. Hell yeah. That's what the linemen look like. Big, meaty men slapping meat. I am big on the contact sports.
Okay.
I like wrestling, I like UFC, and I like football.
You like violence, is what you're saying.
A little bit of violence, you know.
A little bit of violence?
Yeah. Sprinkle in the violence, you know.
Yeah.
I've returned.
All right, now that Con's back, I got 2 ramen recipes I'm gonna throw at you, right?
I'm listening.
So it depends on how do I want it. Do I just want some noodles or do I want some soup, right? So if I'm making soup, I'm going to make the noodles, right? I'm going to put in the chicken packet, and I'm going to add some sriracha, and I'm going to add soy sauce.
Okay.
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 So that's my soup one. But
Right.
what I do more often is I make the noodles, I drain them completely, I put them in a bowl, I put the seasoning packet on, and then I use Italian dressing. Mix that all up.
Okay.
Air fry a chicken breast. Cut that up. Throw that in there.
Okay.
If I want to get real fancy, I'll marinate my chicken breast in some Speedy sauce.
Speedy sauce?
Yeah, I think Speedy sauce is a upstate New York thing, so you might not know what that is.
I've never heard of it before.
No.
See, what I do when I want to get like quote unquote fancy with mine, I'll do the fried egg. I'll put the fried egg on top.
Oh, okay.
When I got with Sheila, who I think we've said it before, excellent cook. She would, on top of what I'm doing, would take the chives, cut the chives up and throw the chives in there.
Nice. Fucking
like,
shit.
Yeah, man. It was some real gourmet shit.
All right, let's get back to the wrestling.
Let's do it.
Shouts out to ramen. Shouts out to ramen. Nah, man. Shouts out to ramen.
Shouts out to ramen.
Ramen's a shit, bro. I don't care what
Hell yeah, it is. That's a poor food that we all brought with us, and it's still good.
Yeah.
Is this out yet, or okay?
It is.
It is out. It came out during Payback.
Still need to watch this, man.
I recommend you watch it, Con. I know that Kurt's one of your all-time favorites. It's a very
hold
good
on. From the producers of Team Foxcatcher and Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Hambone? Jiro Dreams of Sushi?
I've heard of it, but I have not seen it. No.
Side quest, real quick. Another side quest. Shouts out to our old friend Tony Logan. So Nick and I, when we were dick deep, well, I'm not gonna say dick deep. This is probably like the first couple years of us being in the quote unquote Virginia music scene. I want to say this is before it really kind of like got like pretty popular. We had a guy named Tony Logan who was kind of our introduction to the music scene. Nick and I would go to this Books a Million pretty frequently, and we would just see him in there. And we just sit down, we talked to him for hours. Like, we meet in there for hours talking to him in this Books a Million, just about whatever. And one time we're in there, he says, hey, you should check out this documentary called Jiro Dreams of Sushi. And it's about this guy who, I guess, perfected like how to make the perfect sushi for his restaurant. Very good documentary. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. It was on at the time that I saw it.
Yeah,
highly recommend
I've
it.
definitely seen it on there.
Highly recommend it. Very good. There's also the Foxcatcher movie. I think I've talked to y'all about that before. If you haven't seen it, check that out too.
Great fucking movie, dude. I love that Foxcatcher movie.
You're hip? Yeah, Fox.
Absolutely, bro.
Good fucking movie.
That whole story is crazy. Like, Kurt gets into it too because
I didn't know that he was there. That's when I saw his documentary. That was like the most mind blowing thing to me. Was he's like, yeah, I was a part of that team. Yeah. Holy shit,
that's crazy. Yeah,
that was nuts.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely give it a watch, Con. It's a very good documentary. I don't know. Peacock's just putting out random ones. You know, they did Cody Rhodes, also a great one. Nick looks like something bad just happened on football.
He looks distraught. He looks very distraught.
Yeah,
if the other team scores, they tie up the game, and that's not good.
Oh boy. Oh,
boy. Yeah! Oh, okay.
Fuck yeah! Fucking sports!
Let's go.
Ham is so unamused, bro.
I know, it's so funny.
Oh god damn
That's me right now.
Are we gonna talk about that on AEW? What he did? We're gonna talk about that, right? That was nasty. That was nasty.
Just got right in Don Callis's face.
Sicko. No music. No music.
In his face.
Bruh.
You know what? I don't hate that pairing though. I don't hate Daniel Garcia being in that. Being in the Don Callis family.
No.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I'll watch that. They need something else for whatever this group is. Somebody else has got to get in there. So
I agree.
I don't know if y'all saw this.
I did not.
So MJF really wants AEW to go to Mexico and wrestle in Aztec Stadium. His reasoning is because he loves Mexico and he loves the food. He admits to saying this and hopes to peer pressure Tony Khan into getting a Mexico tour for AEW and pay-per-view in Aztec Stadium. He says Tony Khan says it's a great venue and everything. I just want to see them do more international stuff. It's really where I want to take this conversation. I think Wembley was fucking awesome. And I truly think that fans over there go fucking crazy because it's like the only time they ever see anything happen.
Right.
NFL is the exact same way. NFL sends fucking football games to Mexico and Germany and London and stuff like that, and it's so insane because you just see fucking fans. Like, they're not even fans of the fucking teams; they're just fans of the sport. And it's the same thing with wrestling. So it's like I bet you like half the people that went to fucking Wembley weren't even really into AEW. They just heard wrestling was coming.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like, and like,
I mean, I definitely would love to see some more international shows too. I mean, look at Clash at the Castle, look at Backlash, look at All In, just awesome shows. The crowds are on fire, and honestly, I think it'd be really smart of AEW to do more international shows because you know that you're going to get near sellout, if not sellout crowds of crazy fans who are into the product, who are going to react to everything. And what better way to make AEW look like a big time promotion than to go to these other countries and just sell out arenas.
Right, exactly.
I think it'd be smart for them to do more international shows.
I agree.
I would like to see Mexico. I would like to see more European for sure. Maybe like France or fucking something. I don't fucking know, dude. Wherever the analytics take them.
Japan.
Fucking Pan, bro. Yeah, go over there.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how AEW would do in India because wrestling is so big in India, WWE especially.
Shit. Yeah,
that'd be interesting to see too.
Yeah.
You know, Satnam Singh, he would pack an arena. You know, he'd sell it out. You put Satnam Singh on a card in India, instant sellout.
You know, normally I would joke with you, but I can't even get that joke out of my mouth without being disgusted. That's not gonna work. I don't know why they put any stock into him, but he's there, so it's just what it is.
No comment.
No comment for real.
All right, so we saw JD McDonough give Damian Priest this new briefcase.
Yeah.
We think that the contract's in the old one. We're going to screw Damian out of this Money in the Bank at some point. Give it to Finn.
I mean, I don't see why not. I don't know what they're going to do with it.
No clue.
I like to be realistic. Who is he going to cash in on? They tease Seth. I don't know if they're really going to do that, and I feel like that's already over. So unless they randomly bring that back, they're not going to do Roman. Gunther doesn't really make sense. I mean, they could do Imperium versus Judgment Day. It'd be cool, but I don't know. And I mean, Ray is an obvious choice, but I think I said a theory about that last week though. Give fucking Dom the fucking briefcase and go against Ray. I mean, I think that'd be a good story. I don't know how they would do that, naturally, but
I really don't like the idea of using the Money in the Bank for a mid-card title.
Me neither. I hate it.
I think that it made sense the one time for theory because they made a storyline out of it about how he just could not seem to get the world champion in a spot to cash it in successfully, that he just got desperate. Okay, I get that one time. Sure. But I don't want to see that all the time. That's not the point of this match. It never has been. The point has always been to get somebody into the world title picture. And I think Damian
otherwise probably wouldn't have had a shot.
Yeah, and I think Damian Priest can be a top guy. So I want to see him win a title. I don't think it'll be Roman. I think it'll have to be the world heavyweight title.
Yeah, or whoever. Whoever's holding that, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Con, what are you eating? We heard Nick's. What are you eating?
I've got me some lamb meatballs with some rice and tzatziki and some onions.
You're going hard on the lamb today, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, I got a lot of lamb today.
Yeah. I like where your head's at with it, though. You went Mediterranean.
Yeah, bro. I love Mediterranean, man. Absolutely
Yeah,
love
man.
it. Love it.
Same here.
Nick, you like Mediterranean?
You know, I haven't had too much of it. So
There's one by your house. There's a restaurant by your house. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty damn good.
I recommend it.
It's pretty damn good.
Get some shawarma.
Mm-hmm.
Get you some rice. Get you some stuffed grape leaves.
Over by the Valero.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Get some falafel. Yo, there is a Mediterranean place here called Pita Dream, and they make these banging loaded Mediterranean fries. So it's French fries, right? Then they cover it with shawarma chicken.
Oh my God.
They cover it with marinated pickles and tomatoes and feta cheese. And then they put like the Mediterranean garlic sauce that they make on it. And then this sauce that they make called Dream Sauce.
Yeah.
Banging.
Okay. Well, I need that ASAP because I'm a big fry guy. So, and then
If you don't like fries,
yeah, you can put anything on fries, bro, and I'll probably eat it.
If you got a fucking problem with potatoes, don't even watch the show.
This bowl is my version of kava since there's no kavas around here.
There's no kava down there.
There's like one. It's in like downtown Orlando. It's like the only one.
Oh, you gotta go all the way into Orlando.
Dude, it's such a hike, bro.
After we get off here, I'm gonna send y'all a picture of those fries.
Let's do it.
Please. Yeah, I'm intrigued, bro.
Okay, this is a question I had after The Rock showed up, right?
I got questions too, man. I got questions
Why
too.
does Theory keep getting these looks, bro? What is it? Like, I get it. He's a young kid. He's won the fucking thing a couple times. Like, what is it? Why him? There's so many other people.
They see it. Clearly, they see it, and we don't.
Bruh, for real, because I don't want to sound like a fucking hater of Theory either. Like, I don't necessarily like him, but like, I'm not hating on the guy. I just don't get it.
I don't like him.
I mean, WWE has proven, and they've always been like this, especially the last 20 years after, putting WCW out of business. They don't like when people get over organically. They want their guys that they choose to be the ones that get over and become stars. And for whatever reason, they have chosen Austin Theory.
Yeah.
And I mean, I kind of get it. He's good in the ring. He's got a good look. He's young, so he can get a lot of time out of him, but he just is a charisma suck to me. Like, he just doesn't. I'm not interested in this guy, which you've put him against Cena already. I'm not interested. You've put him in there with The Rock. I'm still not interested. I do not care about him.
Still don't give a fuck about him.
Yeah, but
putting
you put him against
there
The Rock
with
and Cena.
The Rock or John Cena is not giving him a personality, which is what he needs.
And what makes it even funnier is like he gets these rubs, but at the same time, bro, they like, for lack of a better word, they bury the fuck out of him because Cena cut that scathing promo on him.
Yeah,
and The Rock literally called him a bitch ass.
Yeah, and then beat him down, and that was the end of it. There was nothing afterwards. Just you got your ass kicked. Like, there it is. It's over.
It still sucks.
That was the end of your rub.
That's still my perception of Austin Theory is okay. Yeah, so The Rock confirmed that he sucks.
Yeah, dog. I don't get it.
Oh yeah, this was yeah.
That was interesting for him
That
to
was
say that.
yeah. We talked about that too. That was
Yeah. Like first of all, Pat McAfee gets all the fucking scoops. I don't get it. I love Pat
I was very happy to see Pat McAfee.
Me fucking too, bro. Like, I literally
I was
playing something like while SmackDown was on. I was like, I'm gonna play and I'll just like have SmackDown on my girlfriend's iPad, like right. So I kind of just had that going, right? And I look over and I see Pat. I'm like, oh shit, Pat's back. So I turn it up, and then this motherfucker shows up. I'm like, oh fuck! I literally like yell. Like, my girlfriend's like in the other room, like she's playing with me, and she's like, "What is going on? You're muted." I'm like, "Oh my god, the fucking rock just showed the fuck up," and I just like muted myself again. I was like, "Nope, I'm like not even in the game anymore, just like focused on the iPad." But this happened the day of, I guess, earlier in the day when he confirmed that him and Roman were a lock for 39.
Can I just throw something out there?
Sure.
I must be the only guy who does not like Pat McAfee.
Oof. Why not?
Wait, real quick.
I don't know, man.
Real quick. Could you move that fan just a little bit? It's getting kind of loud in the mic.
It is a little loud. Sorry, bro. If you get hot, Hambone, just take your shirt off.
Yeah.
That better?
We'll be okay.
Yeah, I want to see the hands.
That better?
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Real quick, before we get started, what shirt you wearing, bro?
This is my other Rucking Fountain House of Black shirt. It's just the long sleeve one that I have not been able to wear yet.
That's tough.
Yeah. Is it actually getting cold up there and still kind of?
Yeah, it's only about 60 up here right now. So we're barely hitting 70s right now. So.
God, I wish, dude.
Let me look at the 82 degrees.
Yeah, let me see. What are we at right now? Yep, I'm 61 degrees right now.
I'm at 68, but it's raining, so like it really would be like 73, 74.
I'm big hating.
Yeah, we're in that like month and a half where everything is perfect. Where I'm getting like 70-degree days, but sunny, and then nice like 50-degree nights.
Can we talk about something else?
We'll have it for about a month and a half, and then it'll be snow for 6 months.
Can we talk about something else, please?
Yeah.
I'm so blown, bro. Like
so blown.
I don't like Pat McAfee.
Tell me why. Yeah, why do you not like that?
He's just a doofus to me. He's a cornball. And seeing as I don't care about football, I don't give a fuck about his football past. So he's just kind of a doofus to me. I don't know.
He's a doofus.
He is.
He's a doofus. That's funny as shit.
A doofus is crazy.
It's a doofus to me. But anyway, so
for me, Pat McAfee, and I think I told Nick this. Nick has 2 younger brothers, Tyler and Travis.
Yeah. I think you said this before.
Yeah, we used to hang out with his brother Tyler a lot. He reminds me a lot of Tyler. He's very funny.
Yeah.
My brother is not as nearly as charismatic as Pat McAfee is. Sometimes he can get some energy, but he's not like anything like I can see it. You can see it like in the facial features. One day I'm gonna send you a picture of my brother, and you're gonna see it immediately. But yeah, he really looks like Pat McAfee, but the energy-wise, he's not there. But I like Pat McAfee a lot. Obviously football reasons, I like Pat McAfee. He was very funny when he was in the league, and then he got out of the league and was still like really carrying over. And he just made a fucking empire out of himself. It's fucking insane. He literally has a daytime slot on ESPN now, which is insane. Yeah. And then what he was doing that day was the college game day stuff he does, which is everywhere. So it's like he just made himself fucking craziness.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of talentless cornballs become famous though. So he's not the only one.
I'm not gonna let you get that one.
The
reason why I like Pat, man, is like who was because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think I was really watching SmackDown like that when Pat was like full on there. So I would only catch him sometimes. But do y'all remember? Well, Hambone, who was commentating? Who was Cole's commentary partner before Pat? Was it JBL?
Oh, yeah, good question.
No,
around that time I was not watching SmackDown at all.
Wasn't it Booker?
Was it Books?
Was it Booker? I don't remember. I really don't remember.
I don't know. All I know is I didn't know who Pat McAfee was.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just remember because Pat didn't start off as a commentator. He started off being on like WWE's pre-shows and stuff. And I remember turning on a pre-show one day with him on it, and he was in a suit, but he was wearing shorts. And I was like, who's this fucking cornball in a suit with shorts? And everybody came at me like, oh, that's Pat McAfee, bro. I'm like, I don't fucking know who Pat McAfee is. He's just a doofus. He looks like an idiot right now to me.
I didn't know who he was, and then Nick smarted me up, and like I said, I wasn't watching SmackDown around the time that he was like full on there, but the times I would catch him there, I enjoyed I enjoyed the dynamic that him and Michael Cole had because I didn't hear Cole have that much energy for anybody other than when he was working with Taz.
Sure.
But Michael Cole is one of the best commentators in the history of wrestling, if not the best. And I like I like guys like Michael Cole.
Hamill didn't like that.
You don't fuck with Cole?
Hamill didn't like to hit the best comment.
He ain't better than JR, and let's not pretend that he is. Maybe now, but not in JR's prime.
Let me cook. We don't have to get into. I'm not gonna disagree. But when I like Michael Cole, Jim Ross, Mauro Ranallo, like those guys, like I like those guys. I like commentators who are actually into the match, even if it's their job. They pull you into that. And after Taz, I didn't hear somebody do that for me with Michael Cole until Pat McAfee showed up. And then I watched some interview with Michael Cole. It wasn't with WWE. It was like with some sports podcast. And he just talked about someone was like, they said something to him, and I'm paraphrasing, but they were like, yeah, you look, you're actually like having fun. Like, I know you're at work, but lately we've just been seeing it looks like you genuinely enjoy being there. And he's like, yeah, honestly, like Pat, like he kind of like rekindled that love of commentary for me. And it's just like, it's just cool to see. It was just like, it clearly shows because Pat McAfee, for all intents and purposes, I'm with him, but he's a fucking doofus. Like in that wrestling setting, he's a fucking doofus. But he won me over because, again, growing up just watching Michael Cole and listening to him, his commentary, and just him being able to pull me into wrestling matches with how emotional and how just passionate he gets about it. It was cool that Pat McAfee was the one that brought that back out of him. Not to mention,
I think the difference is?
What's up?
And it is Pat, but it's not necessarily Pat. When Pat was brought on to commentary, they just let him go.
Yeah.
They're like, he's Pat McAfee, let him do whatever. He got to say and act however he wanted as an announcer because of who he was. And that kind of rubbed off a little bit on Cole, where they're letting Pat, and before that, Con, like, the announcers are controlled at all times. Like, Vince is on that headset telling them what to say, what not to say, blah, blah, blah. And I can see how, as an announcer, doing that for 20 fucking years and not really just being allowed
Vince in your ear the whole time.
Yeah. Just not really being allowed to react how you would react.
Yeah.
That would suck. And then to suddenly be told, oh, well, go ahead because, this guy, we're allowing him to. I can see how that would, change things.
It's funny you say that.
Is it Pat, or is it just what Pat was allowed to do?
It's funny you say that because I remember I was listening to Talk is Jericho like a while ago. And there was an episode where he had JR and King on there. I think it was one of his cruise episodes. And they were talking about what you were just talking about, how WWE commentators, like, they're, like I said, you got Vince in the headset, and JR was talking about how I think I don't know who was commentating with JR before King, maybe not Paul, not Vince. Was it Paul or Vince? Excuse me. Do you remember him?
What's that?
Who was commentating with JR before the dynamic was JR and King?
Before it was JR and King?
Yeah, was it like Vince?
It was JR and Vince.
JR and Vince, okay.
And then it went to JR and King, and then King left, and then it was JR and Heyman.
Okay, cool. So JR and King were talking about what you were just talking about, and they were talking about how when they were starting off together, obviously King was a wrestler, right? JR was like, with me, there was really no room for error because I was a commentator. So, I have Vince in my ear. He's telling me what to say. He's telling me how to say it. I can't fuck up. And there's there might be like a script. There might be some things that just I have to work in when I'm doing this commentary. But with King, because he was a wrestler, even though he was officially a commentator, Vince just saw him as a wrestler. So he was just like, well, he's the wrestler, so just let him just do what he wants. You know what I mean? But like, it was kind of like and Nick being old, as you'll understand, it's like when your parents, put you in charge of your little sister,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so whatever the fuck the sister does, they're gonna bitch at you about it. They're not gonna bitch at the little sister about it. That's pretty much what it was. You know what I mean? So it was cool that you brought that up, Ambo, with Cole and McAfee, because I remember JR and King talking about that whole dynamic and how they view, people who are actual, like, commentators, like, JR or like Michael Cole, versus somebody who commentary wasn't like what got them there. You know what I mean? Like a Pat McAfee or like a Jared the King Lawler.
Right. Yeah. And I think, if you took Pat McAfee out of it and just told Michael Cole, go ahead, just do you. Like, I think he'd probably be happier and more emotionally invested than being controlled at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that was really what the difference was. It was Pat, but it wasn't necessarily Pat. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It was a freedom. Yeah.
It was the freedom that Pat afforded Cole that allowed him to enjoy himself again.
Right.
Yeah, it should.
So let's talk about this a little bit more, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rock said that, this was going to happen, and then it didn't happen. And now I sent you guys before this, and, none of that is, like, confirmed, obviously. No. This is just something that I saw where they said that, apparently the plan was like a 3-year plan for Cody to become world champion, but it involved Roman beating him at 39.
Yeah.
Then he was going to feud with The Rock and beat him at 40. Then break Hogan's title reign record next September of 2024. Jesus. And then Cody finally beats him at WrestleMania 41 to put Cody over. And then Cody changes out the titles, gets rid of the Universal title, all that. So that's the rumor out there. Is that true? I don't know, but that's the rumor.
So on paper, that sounds really cool because we know for a fact that WWE is trying to break all their own records. So it's really cool that they're going to be able to do breaking Hogan. However,
if they do it, that's still a year away.
Yeah, this is all rumors, but if I like the plan on paper, right?
Yeah.
However, we are even right now, I think the three of us can all pretty agree that the bloodline thing is kind of weird. It's kind of not great.
We're getting tired of it
now.
Yeah.
So
I think it's done. We're moving on from it now, just to like little side storylines. But I think essentially the bloodline storyline is over.
Right.
So the question is, how do you keep us interested?
Right.
At this point.
Not only that, but how do you keep Cody as hot as he is for 3 years? Like you're really taking a risk of the fans turning on him or stopping believing in him because he can't win the big one, or getting injured and really fucking up the plan. Like
on top of that, you're putting a lot of faith in the fans having that long of an attention span for a storyline like this.
Right.
Well, we've seen so much, and now we're at a point where we're like, "What the fuck else could y'all possibly do?"
I mean,
watching?
You know what? I'll disagree with that though, Con, because I think that we can have that long of an attention span as long as it's good.
That's true.
But you really
I
got
agree, but I agree with you, but like for this though, you know what I mean? Like, do you think fans have a long enough attention span for this? Like, where
I think they do if they put out a good story, yes, but I don't think that they're going to. I think that we're done now. Like, I don't think they're going to follow up this bloodline thing with 2 more years of good storytelling. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah,
I don't have the faith in the writers on that.
That's where I'm getting at with it. It's just like we've seen him beat pretty much everybody. Y'all even brought people back. So like again, speculation, right? But if this is what's happening, y'all, that's what how much longer? Like another year or two of
a year and a half.
Yeah, at least.
I don't know, man. I don't want to say that it can't be done because I'm with you. I don't think it can't be done. It's just like I don't know how they can do it. I just don't know.
I also don't think you can do it the way that they're doing it now. And by that I mean Roman wrestling once every 3-4 months. Yeah. Because that shit is played out at this point.
Dude, we saw Brock do it. We saw Brock do that shit, bro, and we're tired of it.
Yeah, like I understand that they want to know he's an attraction. That completely, like, just what's the word I want to use? It negates the whole point of professional wrestling. At the core of it, like when you're watching wrestling, you go, okay, all these guys at the core of wrestling, the point is that you're trying to be the best, be the champion, be the star, make the most money. Well, if you've got the guy who's the champion and he's never on and nobody ever gets to challenge him, then what's the point of everybody else being in it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you're just killing all. I mean, I know that not every wrestling fan is like us, and you know all the rules and stuff. But like, used to be, if you were a champion, you had to defend that shit once every 30 days.
And from what I understand, Roman hasn't defended the belt since WrestleMania or defended it one time or some shit like that. That's bro. Like,
and he's not expected to even have another match until Saudi Arabia in November. So you're going to go from August to November without him even having a match?
Yeah, man, I don't
and
know.
Then we're just supposed to keep letting this go for another year and a half? I don't want to see that.
I have a question for you guys. So when you guys said that you guys saw Rock do this similar thing where like he was the champion and he just came back every couple of months or whatever it was and defended it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't for a long time, but he did do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was not. It's not really comparable, Nick, because those title reigns did not last long.
Okay,
I think it was in between like yeah, like because I think like it's like I don't think it is now, but at one point it was like after the Rumble, it was like Elimination Chamber, one of the pay-per-view, and then WrestleMania. Rock was like champion for like that gap.
Yeah.
So what years were this? Like what time frame was this?
What was it? Him like 2013 or some shit?
Yeah, it had to have been because it was CM Punk that he beat.
Yeah, he beat Punk.
Maybe like
13, 14. Yeah.
Okay, so this is 2013, 2014. And I'm looking at Dwayne's filmography on Wikipedia right now, and he's already been in a lot. Fast and Furious, Gridiron Gang, all this other shit. My point of saying all this is I don't think Roman has done enough outside of the ring to have transcended WWE the way they portray him to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, so it's like with Rock doing that, going on and off, Rock's already in the spotlight. 2013, he's got 2011 was Fast 5, G.I. Joe was 2013, Pain and Gain, Fast and Furious 6. This is all the stuff he was in 2013 while he's on and off champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Roman's not doing none of that, bro. Like, we're not seeing Roman ever unless he's in that ring on SmackDown.
That's true.
So I'm with you guys. I don't think we see him enough at all for us to have our attention on him all the time and have him held up to this great thing, besides the fact that he carries that belt around.
And he's broken a bunch of like historical like wrestling records.
Yeah. But I mean,
which are big feats, but like I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just like the feats are there, obviously. Like, and it's not. I don't want to take anything away from Roman because he is going to do this stuff. But it's like, and he'd already done it with the Universal title.
Yeah.
But
guys like The Rock, guys like Hulk Hogan have transcended past wrestling into like pop culture.
Right?
John Cena, Roman has not done that.
No. Hell no. So it's like, how do they expect us as fans to have the attention span for someone like that we don't even see?
That's not because on top of that, this isn't like, and I'm only making the comparison because like I guess they're the most like popular comparison, but like in AEW, right? Let's just use Orange Cassidy as an example. Orange Cassidy had the international championship, and I do understand that there's a difference because he defended that belt every week, and Roman only barely defends it, but in an AEW setting, I feel like we are more acceptable to a wrestler holding a championship for a very, very long time. Just from like the athletic, like wrestling diehard fan aspect of it. Like that guy put in a lot of work to keep that belt. gave us a lot of great ass matches, gave us a lot of great ass moments. And I think in an AEW setting like that is where we're kind of more acceptable to it. Yeah. Because in a setting like that, we kind of want to see how far it can go and who's going to be the guy to kind of break that.
Right. Yeah,
versus WWE, you know, in a WWE setting like this, guys like Roman Reigns, guys like Brock Lesnar, who, again, don't know why we know this, but I feel like we shouldn't. But guys like Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar who have these special WWE contracts where they don't show up as much and they only defend the championships during like the big pay-per-views, and you know, we don't see a lot of matches and stuff like that. So like I say that to say I'm getting to that point where I'm pretty much over this bloodline shit, because it's like when Roman does defend the belt, don't get me wrong, like I'm entertained by the matches, but I'm not entertained from like an athletic standpoint. I'm entertained like for story purposes. And I just don't know how many more stories they can tell with this that will keep me entertained that way.
Right. And I think again, like I understand that, like, you know, especially Vince does not like, oh, this isn't wrestling, it's sports entertainment, and whatever, you can say that, but at the core of this, whether you like it or not, the core of this show is professional wrestling. The core of professional wrestling, the whole point of it is these people are competing to become champion, to see who the best is. It is a competition, and that is the whole point. At the core of it, that is the whole point. You know, saying things like the rules, like, you know, defending every 30 days, things like that. Well, if you take those away, again, at the core of it, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
If you just take all, that's like, you know, again, like a sport, like football, and you just take all the rules away and just go do it, just entertain. Well, what's the point? At that there has to be at the core of it a point. And by doing this with Roman, they take away the core point of pro wrestling, which is to be a competition, which is to be the best, the champion, et cetera, et cetera. Well, if you take that away, why else is everybody else on SmackDown? Yeah. You know, why are all those wrestlers there? I would just quit and be like, well, I can't be champion because the champion never shows up, so I'm going to go somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally. It ain't like he's doing a movie. He's just not here.
Right.
And so what he's and again, like what he's doing when he's not there, obviously is none of our business. And I'm sure he's doing some things he's supposed to do, but it's just like, dog, come on. Like, I'm at that point where it's just like, bro, just I get y'all have a story to tell, and I'm trying to be understanding. I don't want to sound like the whiny, like, hurry this. I don't want to sound like that fan.
Right.
But it's just like, dude, something's got to move on. That's how I feel. Something just has to move on with the story at this point. And I don't like the just be patient response. I don't like that. Like, we've been in this for 3 years. We've been in this for 3 years. What else do we need to wait on?
Yeah.
It's to your point too, though. The analogy you use in football, it's like, what's the point of it? It's like, it's basically saying, you know, okay, the last person who won the Super Bowl, they're just going to be the Super Bowl winners. Yeah. And then the next couple seasons, you guys are just going to play football.
No.
Like,
exactly.
Why am I going to play football?
What's the point?
I can't go win the Super Bowl. What's the point of playing football? Exactly. Yeah. So I get that completely. Like, so like, that's the biggest thing too. Is like, he's like, they made the whole world heavyweight championship belt because Roman had his belt tied up with him. Yeah. So it's like, boy, I'm with you too. I don't like the be patient thing. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, we've been doing it for 3 years, and like, there's only so many belts. You can't just make 1,000 belts and expect them all to have meaning. And and can't give everyone a trophy. And
the
like,
more belts you make,
7.
The more belts you make, the more belts you make, the more you're telling us, like, we're kind of, we understand that we got like this guy holding on to these belts, so we're just gonna make something else. Like, here's a consolation prize. That's just how it comes off to me.
Right. Yeah. So it's like no, like you keep making more belts, you keep diminishing what the belts mean, and at some point you're gonna give everyone.
I'm good on the placeholders.
Yeah, like what are they? So yeah, I'm not with that be patient shit. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what's going on. I want to see it happen. I want to know that the people that we like are wrestling for a reason and not just sitting there, you know?
Yeah.
So,
All right, so those are the headlines for this week. Let's do a little drip or drag.
Let's do it.
Drip
Mhm.
or drag.
Oh, God.
Oh Lord.
Jesus.
What is
Hey,
that? City or something?
You know what? I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't hate this.
Oh
Really?
boy.
This is
So
trash.
usually I hate, t-shirts that are just like text or something like this, but they actually tried to do something here. Like the big is supposed to be like buildings. They're crumbling. Bronson Reed, he does that whole stomp thing and the camera shakes and all that. I see what they're going for here. So I don't actually hate this because they tried to do something with it. It wasn't just Photoshop text on a shirt. They're trying to do something here. There's
This shit-
buildings collapsing because he's, big
This
and he's
shit-
destroying the city.
this shit's
That's
trash.
what they were going for here, and I don't hate it.
This shit is fucking trash.
My thing is, Hambone, is when you try to do something, you also have to succeed at it.
Less is
Okay.
more.
This looks like a Call of Duty shirt made for kids.
This looks like a 5 and below t-shirt.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm no.
So, you know what's funny? You guys have not watched Hey EW with RJ City, have you?
I've seen
Nah.
one.
I saw one with, I want to say Orange Cassidy.
I think that's the one I saw too.
Yeah.
So RJ City, who is hilarious,
Yes.
every Sunday
It's
on
funny.
YouTube, he does a interview series with an AEW wrestler called Hey EW, and it's just him just fucking with people on the roster basically, and it's hilarious. So I was watching the new one today. It comes out every Sunday before we got on here, and it was him with the Mogul Embassy.
Mm.
Everybody except for Swerve. So it was Nana, Cage, and then the Gates of Agony, right?
Mm.
So every, now and then, RJ does work some real shit into it. So he's talking to Khan, and he goes, Khan, you before wrestling, you were a graphic designer, correct? And he said, yeah. And he said, let me ask you something. As a graphic designer, why are all wrestling T-shirts shit? He just straight out said, it was like, you're right.
They're terrible.
Company that.
Wrestling t-shirts today suck, dude.
They
Like, there's
do.
a very small percentage of wrestling
Yo.
t-shirts that look cool, but a lot of them, like
Yeah.
this is bullshit. What the fuck?
And
This
Khan-
is fucking terrible.
Khan's response to him was exactly what I've been saying. He was like, you can pay $50 for somebody to learn Photoshop and just go on there and slap a couple things on.
Yep.
And that's why wrestling t-shirts suck
No,
nowadays.
It's not
It's so
hard.
bad.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I say, like every fucking week on
It's
this
so fucking
bad.
segment.
I
Like,
think
I
the
would
last
never
like
watch
wrestling
shit
shirt
like
I
that.
actually liked was the LA Knight one. I actually liked that one.
Elias had some actually cool wrestling shirts. Elias had some cool wrestling t-shirts. As much as I
squirrel
mean,
one he
like,
had, it was cool.
It literally is, for me, it's shit like this, where it's not made by the company.
Yeah,
When it's
dude.
made by an independent creator that's actually putting in like some work, some creativity in it, those are the cool shirts.
I'm all for
The shit
it.
WWE and AEW puts out,
Get this shit
trash.
the fuck out of here. This shit's like,
Yeah.
please just move on, bro. Like, the color itself is gross.
It's awful.
Who's this?
Bang Bang
Bang
Gang.
bang bang. Bullet Club.
This actually is not bad.
I agree
Yeah.
with you. I don't hate
Yeah.
this. The only thing that I
this ain't
hate,
bad.
the only thing that I don't like, is that they just put a fucking square there.
Yeah,
It's just a
that's
square
me.
with Bang Bang
Yeah.
Gang. Why?
They should have
I
made the
would have
letters
liked to have
gold.
just seen the Bang Bang Gang with the gun just in gold and get rid of the gold background.
Can I be honest with y'all? Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I'm cool with the square.
I don't like the square.
I'm cool with the
Yeah,
square.
I'm-
Like, I'm if you take to me, if I'm stepping out, I'm putting on a lot of jewelry, especially the yellow, because I have a lot of gold jewelry. I'm putting on jewelry. Putting on a pretty dope flannel over it. Like, I could freak this. To me, the square helps with the fit that I would wear with it.
Okay.
But I'm not mad at y'all for not feeling the square.
Yeah, I would personally do exactly what Hambone said. Make the Bang Bang Gang gold. Take the square away. Just
Yep.
have the hand right in the middle of the shirt and call it a day.
That's
Like-
that's dope too. That's dope too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I would do. That being
This
said,
the square reminds me of, like, those t-shirts that have like it's like a Polaroid of somebody.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
we have an old friend named Dora, and she had like a t-shirt that had like a Polaroid of her, like I think it was her like smoking a blunt or something like that. Like, I have that t-shirt. The square reminds me of that. I like that.
Yeah.
It's cool. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm
This ain't bad. This is not bad.
Yeah. I'm neither on this one because I like the idea where they were going. I really like the bang bang gang and the shape of a gun, but I don't know, that square throws it off for me. So I'm in the middle on this one.
It's a drip for me. I'm gonna say it's a drip.
I would also say it's a drip. I'm not gonna buy it.
If I gotta choose, I'd say it's a drip because I do like.
I'd go as far as to say I'd buy it for real. Like with the right hat too. Yeah, I'd buy this.
That's true. You wear a nice Saints hat with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Phenom.
I don't hate this.
I don't hate it.
They did some stuff on the front. I like that it has both front and back and big designs on both sides instead of some little bullshit up top like most WWE shirts. I like this. This is a drip for me. I like it. I'd buy it. I'd wear it.
I don't know.
I personally would rather
font,
that.
It's the font is what's kind of thrown. Yeah.
The Phenom photo, I would much rather that be on the back with
Same.
the T being on the front on a pocket maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I'm at with it.
I don't want a big graphic on the front of a hoodie.
I would also just like that.
Yeah, I like a big graphic on the front of a hoodie.
I like the T on the back, just the T on the back, no, nothing on the front. I think that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
But
see, I'm more of a front graphic guy. I don't really like shirts or hoodies that have something on the back but nothing on the front. The front's what everybody's seeing.
Well,
the front is
I like Nick's like what Nick said, where he's like, you take the T, make it really small, put it on the front. I'm a fan of that like style. I like that with like a logo on the back. Nothing wild, but like that on the back with like a small little logo on the front. I would buy that.
I personally like hoodies with the stuff on the arms.
I like
there's certain things where like you throw it on like I have a hoodie with I don't know what it says on the front, but it has like roses on the arms. There's like a bunch of roses on the arms. It looks really cool, and I just like the way it looks, and I like stuff like that. So
my long
front, I'm not big on.
My long sleeve House of Black I'm wearing right now. It's got stuff on the
like that.
That's tough.
Like that shit. Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah, that shit's hard. Yeah. Yep. This is a neither for me. I'm not gonna say it's a drip. It's definitely not a drag, but like if I saw someone wear it, I wouldn't drag you for it.
It's got some cool aspects, but there's also some things on there that are throwing me off.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a neither for me on this one.
I'm not gonna buy it.
One more.
I'm good.
I bought this.
You bought it?
I bought it.
Oh wow.
I like that we're getting some button-up shirts in wrestling. I'm a Young Bucks fan. I like these little designs they did. I liked it. I bought it. So this is a drip for me. I like having more than just T-shirts for wrestling.
You know, let me not be a hater. This is a drip. Let me not be a hater. This is a drip.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Hambo, 100%. Like every time I see wrestling merch, it's just a T-shirt. Or
now, I will say this, and this has because I'm not a fan of the Young Bucks, but this has nothing to do with me not being a fan of the Young Bucks. The only thing I would make different, is I would take their names off.
Okay.
That's the only thing. Again, has nothing. It doesn't have to do with the fact that I'm not fans of them. Just I don't like clothing brands like when a rapper comes out with a clothing brand. You know what I mean? I don't need you to put your name on it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need all that. You feel me?
Sure.
Like, I'm cool with like the little wrestling patterns and the stuff like the super kick and the. I like all that. The name, I'm good on the name.
Let's be honest. That's probably why we hate most wrestling merch because that's all it is now. Here's the name. Yeah. Here's this person's name. All right. Well, we fucking know who it is.
You can do more than that.
Yeah.
My big thing with merch when I buy merch especially is like if I can tell immediately what it is, I'm already like Like for example, I'm a big Star Wars fan. If I go and buy something that's Star Wars merch and it just says big Star Wars right in the middle of it, I hate that shit.
I don't like that.
I have to know like, oh, that's fucking like Anakin Skywalker, but like you can't really tell. Like I have a jacket in my thing I'm gonna wear where it's like it's about the jet flying they do, the pod racing they call it, and it just says pod racing on it, but like you wouldn't know that's Star Wars unless you knew it was a Star Wars thing.
I love that too. It's just subtle. That's the subtlety of it.
Subtle shit. So yeah, if you took the name off of this and it was just like a bunch of super kicks and whatever it was, that'd be so subtle to me. Like you would have to know it's Young Bucks in order to fucking like get it. So like I fuck with shit like that.
And so I think that's one of the other things that makes like one of the things that I hate about a lot of wrestling merch is when it does just say just their name or something like that. Like it just screams pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Like why can't you just make a cool shirt with a cool design? Why does it have to scream pro wrestling? Not
to sound gatekeepery, but like it's like just being in on a joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it's just like being in on a joke. And like if you're in on it, you're in on it. If you're not, you're not. But like I just don't.
If you're not, you should be able to look at that shirt and still go, that's a cool design. I don't know what it is, but that's a cool shirt.
Exactly.
A lot of AEW merch has the big fucking like AEW, like they have the big logo, right? And then they'll put AEW right at the bottom. It's like, why are you doing that, bro? Like
I'm good on that.
I don't need that.
I'm good on it.
Yeah. Like I know it's AEW. Like someone's gonna know it's AEW if they ask me about it. Like that's fine.
Right.
I don't like.
All right. So now it's time for segs. We haven't had segs in a couple weeks, guys. I'm feeling deprived. Yeah. So I think
I'm a little testy. I'm a little irritable. I'm
a little irritable, and I feel like I just don't want to disappoint either of you with this because it's been a while, so it might just go quick. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be over too quick for you.
Hold on. Are you guys not going to ask me if I'm ready for segs or not? You're not going to ask for consent or nothing?
We've been doing this for a while, bro. You know what I mean? You have certain tells when you're like cool with it.
So just because it's a Sunday, I'm supposed to have segs.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Nobody said
that. Whoa.
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
okay.
we can. No one.
Maybe I'm not ready for segs.
Okay. Hey, cool, bro. Hey, look.
Yeah, then say it. Like
you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, bro.
I just don't like the assumption.
Take it easy. Hold on, Nick. Listen. Hold on. Hey, we're all friends here. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do, bro. We could just sit here and just talk. We could just sit and talk, bro. That's all
I'm saying. We've been doing this for a while, Nick, and usually, like, I can tell when you're warmed up, and I feel like you're warmed up right now. Maybe I'm wrong.
Do we need to have the you knew what this was conversation?
This is crazy. This is what I'm talking about. This is.
Oh man,
what the fuck is that?
This is Mike.
It's my mic. It's going crazy. Okay. There we go. All right.
All that segs got to heat it up.
Are you ready, Nick?
I am ready now.
Are you giving your consent for this? I don't want you to feel pressure here.
No, I consent to doing segs now. I'm good. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
You guys talked me into it.
All right. All right. I'm gonna walk you through everything. I'm gonna start here. So, okay. I'm gonna get started.
Go slow.
Oh, come on.
Go slow. What? I didn't even see this. When was this?
This is NXT. I know you guys don't watch NXT.
Is that the dude that got NXT tattooed on himself or some shit?
Yeah, but he really didn't. He just trolled the internet. He didn't really do it.
Right,
okay. Yeah. But this is, Idris Enofe from NXT. But he always wears some outlandish Macho Man-esque stuff. He's got really cool gear. And this is what he wore this week. And I really liked it.
Oh,
yeah. I fuck with that.
Yeah, I feel like he puts way, like he's still like kind of very low on the card, but he puts way more thought into his gear than I feel like anybody on NXT. So
yeah, love that.
You smoked this.
That's cool.
Con, you didn't have one this week?
Drip? Nah, nobody stood out to me this week.
Okay.
I barely got mine.
Positively. No one stood out to me positively this week.
Okay.
I barely got mine.
All right, so this is next.
Ooh,
I agree. Damian Priest, low-key, has some of the coolest, best gear in wrestling, period.
That vest alone, bro. That vest alone is crazy.
Punisher, bro. I like that.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. So, yeah, the pants just went, like, I don't know if Rhea's helping him out, but goddamn, Rhea's helping him out, bro, because
I don't even think it's that, honestly, because even in NXT, he had cool fucking gear. He can, like he's obviously a big like fan of Shawn and Razor and Nash, and he does takeoffs of them. His NXT gear, he did like tributes to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool shit. He's always had cool shit.
Look how that shit goes with the case too. Like the case goes with it, bro. Like that, like there's a little purple on the pants if you see it, and then it goes with the purple on the. Oh, it's sick, bro. He went in. Yeah, he went in on that one.
All right, so let's look at my drag. Another NXT guy, so you guys aren't gonna know it probably, but
Tony D'Angelo.
This is some corny shit right here.
That's it. I love you, son. Always, dad. Who is that?
This is a newer guy named Miles Bourne.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say it. First off, he's got that like conservative army flag on his pants. Already corny, right? But this shit right here, I love you, son, always, dad. That shit is corny.
Okay, hold on. Why did he do this? Hold on, why did he do this?
I don't fucking know. This is just what he came out with, and I had picked him as my drag before I had even noticed what it said there, and I was like, "What does that say?" And I, zoomed in. I was like, "God damn, that is some cornball fucking shit." Right there.
Hold on, though, because if this is for like a passed away kid of his,
nah, I don't care. That shit is corny. I
don't care.
Nope. That shit's corny.
Okay.
Hey, I cannot condone your behavior right now.
They keeping it a beam, man. I like it. He said, "Get that shit the fuck out of here."
Corny shit right there.
Okay, past that though, the little like American flag bullshit at the bottom, I can't fuck. I hate that shit.
He said it's corny to love your son. I know I'm fucking with you. That's just really funny.
I'm saying in professional wrestling, that's some cornball shit right there. That shit ain't cool. Love your father outside of wrestling. Okay?
No, I think it's
tell that to Christian.
Yeah, bro. Don't let Christian
tell that to Christian, bro. Yeah, don't let Christian see that shit. Don't let Christian see that shit.
Oh, dad, bro. If this is him to his father and his father passed away, he better be watching his back. He better be watching his back.
He will,
because Christian's out there waiting to pound.
TNT or no TNT, bro. He'll pop up.
That's funny.
Get rid of that shit. Get some new shit, bro.
Yeah.
So that ended. Yeah.
He really made reference to that on Collision too. He was like, "My Tim's got the blood of John Moxley on them."
Chino pants and those particular. I don't even know what these Tims are called. I don't know what these specific ones are called.
Are they gray?
Yeah.
They're just like they're designed for the snow, bro.
They're true bone gray.
They're designed for the snow.
Those are like snow Timberlands. And
aren't all Timberlands designed for the snow?
Nah, these are the ones that they got like the fur insulation inside of them.
Yeah, dude. And like some wrestlers wrestle in Timbs, right? Like kind of wild to me, but like I've become accustomed to it. We've seen Eddie Kingston do it. We've seen Santana and Ortiz do it. We've seen Big Bill's been doing it.
JTG and Shad were the originators of that shit.
And Shad, Big Bill was doing this when he was Big Cass. You know what I mean? But just those Timbs, particularly in chino pants.
Yeah.
In September, mid-September, where it's still kind of warm. Nasty work.
I thought you could.
I think wrestling in jeans is pretty corny.
I hate it, man. I don't like seeing that shit.
Like I think it works for like Orange Cassidy.
Yeah,
but just to see Cass out there in fucking jeans,
I hate that shit.
Tim's like, come on, bro.
Cut that shit out, bro.
Yeah. Orange's stuff isn't even jeans though. That's just like stuff made to look like jeans.
It's nasty.
If you look at it closely, it's not even jeans.
Big Bill's a sicko. Big Bill's a big sicko. He's a big sicko.
I thought you could teach someone style, but I guess you can't teach that.
Every single week, this becomes
that's crazy.
How it happens.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
Hey, you like my pun? My big pun. Get all these dudes the fuck out of here, bro.
Next strong is crazy.
Yo, this again. This shirt,
not strong.
This shirt Nah, come on, AEW.
That's
on.
wild.
Bro, let's break it down. Let's break it down right now. The shirts
Do it.
they're wearing, ass. Sleeves, no sleeves, ass. The jeans that dudes are wearing with the paint stains, ass. The fucking red fucking knee pads, ass. No fucking sleeves on the fucking pants right now, ass. That jacket, ass. The neck brace, not real, ass. Get that shit out of here. Sunglasses with the backwards hat,
dog.
ass. It's fucking
He turned the cap. No, he turned the cap.
It's fucking trash, bro.
Oh shit!
This whole
And Nick let them have it.
garbage, bro. This photo is garbage. Look at his face, this simp ass face. Look at Roger Strong's simp ass face, bro. Can't wait to see Adam Cole so we can fall on the ground. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. Adam. Fuck out of here. That shit is ass.
Speaking of Adam Cole,
I've never been so annoyed. That shit's crazy.
Yo. All right, so my MVP is Samoa Joe specifically. I said it to you guys earlier. I think Joe is one of the people that's really stepped up after CM Punk's departure.
Yep.
I think I've said you already know this, Con. Joe, one of my favorites, probably of all time. He's probably in my top 20 if you're really asking me. If I really go through it, he is one of the biggest missed opportunities in WWE, in my opinion. I think AEW has been using him great. I wish he would drop the Ring of Honor TV title though and just be in AEW. Yeah. But I really enjoy his AEW run. He is a threat to everybody. Joe can go on and roast people on the mic. Mm-hmm. He's believable every time he gets in that ring that you're probably going to get fucked up. Mm-hmm. And
I got scared when he did this. I got scared for real when he did this shit. I got mad scared. I was like, "Oh my god, he's really gonna kill Adam." And he's gonna kill
Joe's one of those few people that makes you believe. Like I believe everything Samoa Joe says. Yep. He tells me he's gonna fuck me up. I believe he's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah. He wouldn't just say that just to say it.
No.
And I'm looking forward to seeing him and Max. Because this is gonna be
physical.
Probably Max's biggest challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say.
Yeah. Joe's gonna bully him.
Yeah, I want to see how is Max pulling this out because I don't think Joe's gonna win. Obviously, but I want to see how Max is gonna pull this one out because he's gonna get fucked up.
He's gonna get the shit kicked out of him.
Joe's spot where he walks away from someone when they're doing it. I never get tired of it. I want to see it for 1,000 years, bro. It's so funny. It's so smug, and so I can't wait for MJF to do something. And he just walks away and just like nope, couldn't do it. Yeah, no, I'm genuinely afraid.
Joe is about to dog walk at Max, and I want to see it.
Oh yeah, that's he's going. Yeah, the perfect word. He's gonna dog walk the fuck out of him.
Yep.
He's
Max
gonna wear his ass out. Max won't win, but he's gonna wear his ass out.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be Adam interfering for him because of this or what, but he's gonna win somehow, and I'm interested to see how they do it.
I don't know. This is the knockouts thing, right?
The knockout segment of the TNA 1000. Every single woman in this photo is MVP, more specifically the OGs. You see the beautiful people, Velvet Sky and Angelina Love. You see Gail Kim. Awesome Kong came out, and I think she was inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame. It was just, as an old school TNA fan, it was really, really, really cool and really, really nice to see this. To see Awesome Kong walk out with Raisha Saeed, it just brought me back to high school. Being kind of bored with what was going on with WWE and just exclusively watching TNA. And back when TNA was only on for an hour, it was heartwarming to see.
Raisha Saeed, I used to have a thing for her, but she is nuts in real life.
For real?
Oh, you haven't seen all that shit?
No.
Her and Kurt Angle were together. Yo.
Wait, hold up. I thought Raka Khan was with Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That's who I'm thinking of. Raka Khan. I'm sorry. You're right. All right. Yeah. I forgot about Raisha Saeed. That just came back to me. Okay, I got you.
Okay, cool.
Sir.
Slap McAfee.
Yeah, bro. Such a hater, bro. Bro, this man got mad skips. Mad scoops. Excuse me. He got mad scoops. From The Rock. He got Rock to come back to SmackDown. I'm not sure how much of that was planned for that to actually happen. A lot of fucking shit happened in Colorado this weekend. If you're a sports fan, bro, a lot of fucking shit happened.
Yeah.
Like the Commanders game, they played Denver today. And then the Colorado game last night was fire, and then all that shit happened in Colorado. That Colorado was on fire this weekend. Shout out to Colorado. Colorado should be the MVP of the week.
Yeah, that was my main thing. Like when Rock came back, I was like, especially because it didn't go anywhere. Like it just seemed like it probably was a one-off thing.
Yeah.
Like what a weird thing. Like he just comes back at a random SmackDown in Denver for no reason, unannounced.
Just happened to be there, bro.
Yeah.
I love Pat McAfee. I love him more probably mid because he was a football player and everything like that. But I think he did a lot for wrestling this weekend. So
yeah.
Yep.
Shouts out to Slap McAfee.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's look at my flashback.
Ooh.
Montel Vontavious Porter.
Mm-hmm. I used to love this. Is very like at the time, this is probably what kind of like 2006, 7-ish,
06,
somewhere in there,
07,
probably around there.
Mm-hmm.
This look was very hip hop. It was very sports at the time. And
I remember his debut. It was a big deal. It was a big deal when he showed up.
And his body suits when he first debuted were ass, but then he got these, and it got more like hip hop sports. And I just always thought that his body suits were cool. They were different. Nobody was wearing shit like this.
Yeah.
And again, it was very pop culture inspired. I felt like
Straight NFL Street.
Yeah.
MVP of the drip.
Khan did not have one this week, so.
Oh, I did. I thought I put it in there.
No, sir.
Hold on a second.
You did not.
Hold on, because I for sure put it in there.
No, I'm looking at it right now. It's blank.
Hold on. That's why I said hold on.
Listen.
Yeah, flashback fit. I'm looking right at it. I think it might have been in another slide, but yeah, I got it in there. It's right after my what was that?
It's blank on my end. I got your what was that, and then the flashback is blank. See, this is what I got.
Yeah.
Right here.
Boop. Let me get that camera. Boom.
Wait, hold on.
What is that?
That is beer money.
That's you.
Oh, shit.
That is a beer money.
Beer money.
Okay.
Bobby Roode and James Storm.
Okay. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Beer money, a tag team that was just thrown together. Shouldn't have worked, but it did.
Ended up working. Very random, very unexpected, but it worked.
Yep.
Interesting. This is mine. Shout out to Rock.
Trash.
What?
I'm kidding. Totally kidding. It's the fucking Rock. Come on. It's the fucking Rock.
That shit's hard.
Yeah.
Yo, so you know what's funny about this? So I'm watching, they did the WWE Most Wanted Treasures show.
Yeah, I seen that.
So they were trying to buy like a shirt like this, and they bought a lot of them. Got handed down to Jerry the King Lawler, and Jerry the King Lawler wore them on TV. So he had a bunch of these shirts from The Rock at this time that were like signed by him and all that. They were trying to buy them.
Wow.
But the funny part is, The Rock always came out and said, "My $500 shirts," and Jerry just like blew that up on TV. He's like, "Yeah, they're like $15-$20. They would go to like a Burlington or something like that and find the wildest shit on." The rack, and that's what they would buy for The Rock, and he'd come on and wear it and say it was a $500 shirt.
You gotta love it, man.
That's crazy.
It worked for him, though.
It did.
All right, so what was that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, let me explain.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a big Nia Jax fan. Honestly, I could take her or leave her. I don't really care either way. I don't care that she's back or if she's not back. The thing that made it what was that for me was that this was the end of Raw, her being brought back. And that is weird for me because I don't care how you feel about Nia Jax. I don't care if you dislike her or like her. Nia Jax is not some big time player. She's not some needle mover. She's not somebody who's going to jack the ratings up. And that's what you chose to be the end of the show? Was Nia Jax ended it? Why? What's the thinking there?
For me, as politically correct as I can be, I'm aware of all that, and I didn't give a shit because I'm just Nia Jax is like my wrestling crush. I love her, so it was good to see her. Right. So like valid points, 100% valid. I didn't care because I was just happy to see her. But what I did think was weird after I came down from just being happy to see her again was I forgot that this was on 9/11, and one thing that I remember like was just like something that like kept being brought up at one point was the fact that like Zelina Vega, like her dad died on 9/11, and there was like a whole story there, and it just kept getting looked over and it kept getting looked over. And again, after I came down from being excited to see Nia, I was like, fucking shit, like y'all could have did that on this, and instead like again like this, and I'll agree with Ambo. This was random. This was just fucking random. I was happy to see her, but it was just random, and I didn't know why she was there. So it was just like it was just a big to me. It was just a very big for me. It was a very when I finally thought about the whole Zelina thing, it was just a very big ass missed opportunity.
Yeah,
I couldn't. I don't even think that reason why they would throw this in there. Like I couldn't think like I could. If you told me it was a business move, I don't believe you. If you told me it was to tell some type of story, sure, but what fucking story? Again, very happy to see her. Just y'all could have went a different route where, everybody involved could have came out better, and I did this.
Yeah, I mean, again, it wasn't random to me. Like, I get, okay, she's big, she's a real challenger for Rhea. Okay, sure, fine. But this should have happened at 9:30, not at 11 p.m. in the main event spot. Like, why are you closing on Nia Jax, somebody who is not, again, a needle mover? She's not somebody who's going to bring in ratings. She's not.
Shit, she could move me.
Well, we're talking about different ways here, Con. If we're going that way, hey, she needs a place to sit. I'm there too. But that's not what we're going for here. You know what I'm saying? Why are you ending on this? Is not bring people in to watch again next week. You know what I mean? It was just odd that it was the last thing we saw on a Raw.
Con, what did you? I'm confused at what you were saying about Zelina. What would you wanted from Zelina with that? Just like some sort of like storytelling, or like
Zelina versus Rhea Ripley, and she beats Rhea because I mean Rhea had that belt for a pretty long time. Yeah, she could have beaten Rhea for it. It wouldn't have hurt Rhea if she beat her. They could have even did that just for 1 week. But there was a big story that could have been told there where Rhea could have came out winning on that just on the for the aspect of just putting Zelina over, and Zelina would have been y'all would have had a star there because the fans know that story. Well, the fans were we know that story, and I'm pretty sure there were a lot of fans in the audience that were like that on Monday Night Raw that were like, why the fuck didn't y'all do tonight is 9/11?
Yeah,
why didn't y'all have Zelina? Zelina was there from what I understand. Zelina was there.
Yeah. Just have Rhea come out and say she was going to do an open challenge or something, and then have Zelina come out and on the way to the ring, talk about it. Talk about, today is the anniversary. My dad died in 9/11. He was a firefighter or whatever he was. I'm going to do it for my dad tonight. And then have her win. Fucking crowd would have won.
It wouldn't have hurt Rhea either. It wouldn't have hurt her.
No.
Okay. That's interesting.
All right.
Against it.
We talked about it. We touched it earlier, but yeah, this is definitely my what was that moment. Not to take away from the Nia Jax, but this was just like a positive. What was that for me? I already expressed it. I'm excited for if this is true. I'm excited for Jade Cargill to show up in WWE because, like Hambo said earlier, I think she's tailor made for WWE. She just has her presentation alone screams more of a WWE type energy than it does an AEW energy. But in the same token, and Hambo made another really good point. She is like the perfect example of being like a true blue AEW homegrown talent. So yeah, it would have been nice to see how far she could have went in AEW. I was looking forward to seeing her going after the actual AEW Women's Championship.
Yeah.
But anything can happen clearly. So who's to say that she won't go back eventually? We'll see.
Sure.
But I am excited for this.
Colin, you still don't watch NXT, right?
I'm not gonna lie. What's that girl's name? Tiffany Stratton. She's slowly getting me back into NXT. I'm gonna keep it a beat.
Tiffany is good, man. She is one of the few WWE. She's one of the few talents that they signed that was not an independent wrestler, and she's doing great. She's just getting better and better every single week.
Yeah, I like her.
I like her a lot.
For sure.
But speaking of that,
how y'all feel about this?
So I didn't even know she was supposed to be on NXT. Not that it really would have made me watch it to begin with, anyway, because they keep bringing these main roster people to NXT, and it's not moving me really to watch over there. I have nothing against NXT. I just don't watch it. I don't have a reason.
Seeing the main roster wrestlers show up on NXT kind of sporadically is like the equivalent to like Scooby Doo when they would have like celebrities show up in the episode, like that. Like, oh, today we got Don Knotts helping us catch the box ghost or some shit like that. That's what it reminds me of.
What a crazy fucking reference! Holy shit! All of our TikTok fans are all of our TikTok fans are turned off.
Y'all weren't ready for Don Knotts.
We just lost anybody watching this who isn't at least 30 years old.
If you don't have 3 or older in front of your age, you're gone.
I watched a lot of TV growing up, bro. Yeah, Don Knotts. I pulled that one out.
That was wild.
Three's Company. This man.
Oh, hi, out of here. Oh, fuck. Shit. Okay.
Anyway.
So I did not know Becky Lynch was supposed to be on NXT at all. I remember seeing Tiffany sitting, ringside somewhere watching Becky. Was that at Payback?
I think so, but I remember
I want to say that was at Payback.
But then they did have Tiffany come out on Raw.
Okay, so I missed that then. But that's probably why I didn't have streaming services. That was last week then.
Yeah, she showed up on Raw, and she basically her and Becky had a little back and forth, and they basically confirmed Becky was going to be there for NXT.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know what. See, this is what I don't like. I don't like the main roster people having the NXT stuff. I don't like it. I mean, it makes a little more sense for Dom to have the North American, but really not really.
Sure.
So I don't like Becky being at NXT right now. I don't think is really doing anything for either party. To be honest with you, I mean, I feel like maybe there's some Becky Lynch people that'll go watch for the sake of watching Becky Lynch, but very minor.
I think that bad for NXT. Because I think this was actually bad for NXT because Tiffany Stratton just won that belt probably a month ago.
Yeah.
And she was really starting to do something with it and get popular. And here comes Becky, takes it off of her.
Now, if she's on there, and because I don't know, if she's on there to help the younger talent, right? Just have good matches, help polish them and shit like that. Even with this, if this is all just to help, just kind of shake things up, I'm cool with that. But if this is just like how random it was to have Dolph Ziggler just have it, if it's just one of those, I'm cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is true or not, but I did read when they announced that Becky was going to be on NXT that WWE officials were putting her on NXT because they wanted to beat Dynamite in ratings. Why? I don't know. They're on different days now. Is that true? I don't even know if it's true. That is just something that I read. But either way, I don't know what the thinking behind it is. Okay, you popped a big rating one time, but whatever. It's not going to make people watch NXT religiously every week, especially when she's gone. So
this isn't the first time this year that WWE's done this. They've done this with the New Day. They did this with Judgment Day. Now they're doing it with Becky. And then
I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but I would like to know. I would like a clear-cut reason why they're doing it. If it's just random one-offs, okay. But it's not going to incline me to keep watching. or it's not going to. Excuse me, not keep. It's not going to incline me to tune back in.
Yeah,
This don't either. This don't either.
If anything,
and the real
people are
question
gonna
is, okay, how do you take this belt off her now? You're gonna have a developmental talent beater.
I guess so. I mean, I'm still on the notion that Becky would not like lose anything if she lost to an under talent or anything like that. So I don't think it would hurt her to lose right now because she's got to lose it. She's not on NXT, so I mean, that's got to happen.
Somebody believable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
somebody
but it has to be
we're convinced can take it off.
So it's like I don't know, but for me, it's just like you're getting the little bit of like eyes right now when you put New Day, Judgment Day, Becky on NXT, and then it goes right back to where it was.
Yeah.
For the talent that's there, so you're not really doing anything for the product because they're not going to sit there, not going to stay there. Like the guys you put on there, like isn't Ali on NXT now?
Yeah.
And like I'm not going to NXT to see Ali. Like I'm not
I
going
am.
to see. Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm not. Everyone loves Ali for some reason.
Yeah, that's how I feel, bro, about Ali. That's how I feel.
Yeah, but
fuck
I don't
both
know.
of you.
It's a cheap. It's cheap heat, but I don't know. Cheap pops, I guess, would be the word for it. But it's just it's not long term. So I don't get it, and especially like having them win titles is a whole other thing. I don't get that either.
Yeah. I think it was a weird choice to me, but whatever. See what they do with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Nick, guess what?
What's up?
We didn't have any pay-per-views to talk about tonight. We went a full 2 hours, bro.
You killed it, man.
We went a full 2 hours. So you were a little reluctant there about those segs, but how are you feeling now that we're done?
You know, I think at the end of the day I needed it, and I think you guys knew what I needed more than I did. So
So I think we're all in tune with each other. You know, I could feel that you were a little on edge, and you needed some kind of release. You know,
yeah.
And I think that's what that was for you. You know.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys for doing that for me.
No problem. You know, I'm just glad you're feeling good.
God said, yup.
On that note,
Khan's not with this bit, bro. Khan does not like this bit.
I can feel Khan cringe every time I bring up segs, and I take it too far for him.
You just see his face just like scrunch up a little bit, just like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this?
Well, on that note, we'll see you next week, you fucking marks. Right here, 7:00. Go follow all of us. God damn it, right here. Nick doesn't have his thing up, but it's at It's Lord Lovelace. Go follow the podcast down there at EgoDrip Podcast on those sites.
We're going to start uploading episodes on Spotify, right?
Yeah, all of our episodes are up on Spotify now. So
to me.
Every episode.
Hell yeah.
So go there, watch them. We'll see you next